Welcome to Montgomery Arts Infusion, your video guide to Montgomery County's visual, audio, and performing arts. I'm your host, Michael Bobbitt. We're coming to you from historic Glenview Mansion, a popular Rockville setting for weddings, summer concerts, and other art exhibitions. I'll tell you more about Glenview Mansion, as well as these incredible stories from our county's diverse arts community. We'll show you the results of one man's passion for jazz and his desire to share it with the new generation. You'll meet students who are chasing dreams of stardom while playing to a well-fed audience. You'll also be amazed by some of Montgomery County's hidden historical gems, discovered and captured by a famous local artist, and much, much more. We begin with the story of Love Supreme. Meet a man who has dedicated his life to preserving a truly American form of music. From composing and producing an award-winning television show to coaching young student musicians, he celebrates jazz, the art he loves. Phyllis Armstrong takes us along for a very special Montgomery County jazz encounter.
On 3, 2, 1, fade up.
Devotion feeds Michael Bailey's hunger for creating jazz encounters.
Fred, how's it sound?
Sounds great.
A show produced in studio and with live jazz sessions at Montgomery Community Media.
The dedication is just, again, passion. Passion for your work, passion for the genre, passion to, just to produce and to create.
Bailey's own Love Supreme for music and art grew out of the exposure and encouragement his parents provided during his childhood in Philadelphia.
My family was very supportive. My father bought me my first guitar.
Sister and brother saxophonist Eben and Ephraim Dorsey performed Coltrane compositions for Jazz Encounters Great Composers series. With Justin Taylor on piano, Howard Franklin on drums, and Blake Meister on bass.
How can you not be inspired and be happy and joyful to see two young people, do the music of such a great musician?
The Dorseys also play in the Bethesda Blues and Jazz Youth Orchestra. Bailey manages the group, working alongside pianist Bob Murad and saxophonist Fred Foss.
1, 2, 3.
The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone, baby.
Jazz is like a time-honored tradition, and I feel a sense of pride through the music.
It's really great that they take an interest in us because they're really great mentors, and it shows that they care about us and what we do.
It's definitely a great way to share jazz with people around, both young and old.
It looks like the pianist doesn't have a key light on him.
The joy Bailey gets from sharing the talents of other jazz lovers inspires him to juggle multiple tasks while producing his show with no budget and a small crew of volunteers.
Oh, yes, you can do that.
So despite the challenges, Bailey tells young jazz enthusiasts to find a way to live their passion.
Life is short, and we don't know what life has to offer. So, in essence, just go for whatever your passion is my philosophy.
Phyllis Armstrong in Rockville for Montgomery Arts Infusion.
Michael Bailey's Jazz Encounters is now in its 3rd year. The episode featuring the Dorsey siblings will premiere on Montgomery County Media's channels 21 and 995 this fall. Dinner theaters have steadfastly remained a part of the American entertainment diet, and a local college is helping to train the genre's next generation of stars. Reporter Crystal Park shows us how Montgomery College is helping to revive the practice of evenings spent over dinner and a play.
Montgomery College is producing 2 dinner theater productions this summer. It's a new and exciting way to enjoy this unique form of entertainment from yesteryear.
Local sports broadcaster Johnny Holiday never set out to act. The opportunity came to him.
Life can be so awful lonesome if you're always on your own. Some lives.
I was at a dinner party one night, and a guy came up to me. You ever done any theater? I said, only in high school, that's all. He said, we're going to be doing some summer stock we're bringing in different artists and stars to be in these shows, and I think you'd be perfect for Og the Leprechaun in Finian's Rainbow. And I said, not familiar with Og's work.
And that was the start of Holliday's dinner theater career. By day, Holliday was a broadcaster for the Nationals baseball team, but in the off-season, he loved to go back to the theater.
And then when you do theater, you can do almost anything, because when you're on stage and you're memorizing and you got blocking and you got songs and you're dancing and everything, then when you get on television or radio and you have to ad-lib for a couple of minutes, it's a piece of cake.
Dinner theater is different from a play, mainly in that you eat while you watch the show. Your waitstaff are also the actors in the play.
In a normal production, you walk onto the stage and you see this vast emptiness that can be daunting. But with dinner theater, you've been out into the audience. You've been into that black hole, and you know the people there. You've spoken with them. You've seen their faces, and that allows you to create a more personal bond on stage.
There may be fewer venues for dinner theater, but Montgomery College is celebrating its 40th year of summer dinner theater this year. Students learn the art and business of dinner theaters.
By giving these students an opportunity to learn about what felt like a dying art form, many of them look for opportunities in the theatrical community.
For senior Noah Bai, summer dinner theater is only the beginning.
Well, I'm looking to act professionally, so really the next step for me is to just put myself out there and keep auditioning and see where the work takes me.
In Rockville, I'm Crystal Park.
For the complete schedule of shows or to find out more about the college level class, go to mainfusion.org. There's always a lot happening in Montgomery County. You don't have to miss any of it. Here's a list of just a few upcoming events.
Explore the creative voices and cultural happenings all around you. CultureSpotMC.com is your online destination for original stories, discount tickets, and local events in Montgomery County. Here's a sneak peek of what you can discover today at CultureSpotMC.com. Experience something extraordinary at CultureSpotMC.com.
Welcome back. I'm Michael Bobbitt. The artfully designed formal gardens of Glenview Mansion serve as the backdrop for scores of local weddings and events. The original house was built in 1838 by Catherine and Richard Johns Bowie. At the time, the mansion was at the highest point of a 65-acre farm. Now it's part of a 125-acre park owned by the city of Rockville. Glenview Mansion is just one of many hidden gems throughout Montgomery County. Some are easier to find than others. Our Susan Kennedy caught up with a famous local artist who depicts many of those familiar landmarks.
Tucked away in his studio that overlooks the quiet streets and gingerbread houses,
Well, I took the photo and then I did a pencil drawing.
Joseph Craig English works on his latest creation.
I just got kind of a nice energy here with Harper at bat and Zimmerman on deck.
The Washington Grove artist captures the energy of the Washington region with his vivid prints. His work is easy to recognize.
And this is just called dark green, but it has a lot of blue in it.
English, who goes by Craig, has a distinctive style with bright colors, and he's found a niche by capturing scenes of local life.
It was fresh cider, and it was, I'm going to say it's up $3.55.
Yeah, we used to get our apple cider from our open studio every year. I mean, for like 30 years, we got them from those guys. My work is driven by color, so I'm always looking for interesting juxtaposition of color. That's what grabs my eye, or something that gives me the opportunity to maybe exaggerate a little bit, because all my work is an exaggeration of the real.
The technique English uses to create his art is called serigraph. It's silkscreen painting using a stencil. Each color must be applied with a separate screen.
For me, a lot of it is a serendipitous sort of thing. I was just out in the back of the studio in the woods, and it was early morning, and the sun was coming up, and it came right through the leaves, and it lit the leaves up almost like they were stained glass.
Craig English takes his artwork on the road to 17 shows a year throughout the D.C. area, and he estimates he sells close to 900 pieces of art per year.
I got one of your prints. I love the skier, the one that you donated for
Oh yeah, great.
Oh, I love it.
Fresh powder?
Fresh powder,
Yeah.
and I love it. It's in the center of my family room.
That's exciting.
Beautiful.
One of the local spots where you can find his work is at Framers Gallery in the Kentlands.
Oh, he's probably one of our best sellers.
Really? Where we met up with Councilmember Sidney Katz, a big fan of the artist.
In many cases, it's the pictures that you think will never change. There's no need to take that picture because Montgomery Donuts is always going to be in that spot and everybody's going to see it, and now it's not. And so thank goodness somebody captured it and it's hanging in somebody's home somewhere, or many homes in places. So that's just a neat thing to have happen.
Purple is an interesting color. It seems to make all the other colors look better.
And over the years, Craig English has commissioned several pieces of art, most recently for County Executive Ike Leggett of the Montgomery County Youth Orchestra.
I did a piece of Strathmore, of the music hall, with little insets of all the kids playing different instruments. And it's kind of like the United Nations because you can see that the kids are from all over the world.
English will tell you he doesn't have a particular favorite piece of work. He says he enjoys it all.
It's like choosing between your kids. You know, I mean, some people might have a favorite kid, but I don't.
Reporting from Glen Echo, I'm Susan Kennedy for Montgomery Arts Infusion.
The work of Joseph Craig English will be on display at many local festivals and crafts and design shows throughout the DMV this fall. Find more about this painter, printmaker, and sculptor and his work at mainfusion.org. This time of year, in downtown Silver Spring, blue is the coolest color. Musicians from all over our region gather to perform the sultry, soul-wrenching, foot-tapping blues at the annual Silver Spring Blues Festival. This year we asked videographer Lauren Olson to capture some of the moments and memories for you. The next big music festival in Silver Spring is the Jazz Festival on September 10th. Until then, you can unwind on some Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays throughout the summer with live music on the Fountain Plaza stage. For details on this and other MAI stories, go to mainfusion.org. That's it for another edition of Montgomery Arts Infusion. We hope you enjoyed these stories about the world of art and artists in Montgomery County. There's more to come on the next MAI. Until then, be well and be creative.